It is Wednesday, September 6th, 4 days away from the peak of hurricane season, and things are active. This is America's Morning Headquarters. We are tracking new Tropical Storm Lee in the Atlantic, the 13th named storm of the season, winds at 65 miles an hour. It is forecast to be a formidable hurricane as it travels just north of the Caribbean islands. Cat 4 by Friday, even Cat 5 kind of getting towards that as we head into the weekend. We're going to be nearing it. It doesn't have a forecast at Cat 5, but it is going to be ramping up. So could this make a run at the U.S. as we head into next week? We're going to talk about that coming up a little bit later. But what you're dealing with right now is all of the heat, and Jim's going to look at that.
Yes, and the trough that eventually cools us off.
Cut down the noise by like 90%. And the advancements, they've come a long way with these batteries.
Yeah, remember you used to have to plug in?
You used to have to plug in with the long cord?
Yes,
I mean, it was kind of crazy. But now you could get these nice batteries that will basically mow an acre yard with one charge. And so what I'm saying is there is more and more incentives to go battery powered because it will help.
You don't have to have gas hanging around your house also,
gas,
right?
no
You have the
smell,
gas can hanging.
The noise is away. It's just so much calmer. And I was kind of looking forward to like when it's calm and quiet instead of every day.
Why always so early too? I mean, I know why,
long
but
day.
It's still, you know.
We get so many daylight hours.
I know.
Well, climate change is a global problem. It's science. It's the data. It's what it says. Contributing factors. Boat owners. Although I have seen more lakes going electric boats now.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, and it's really
Wait, I didn't know the electric boats were a thing.
Well, they're much slower. Well, you've got electric motors, right? You like trolling motors. They're usually much smaller.
Yeah.
But like some of these smaller lakes, usually they're in high development areas. Like, we don't want the noise, and it's nice and quiet.
And you think you'll get one of those? But
when I was a kid, I had one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had a little electric motor on my little dinghy boat, and I would go fishing like in middle school. By myself.
The only thing I can think about is like, you know, when you put like a quarter in the machine at one of those lakes and the little boats troll around and they're totally silent because they're obviously like electric powered, not motor powered.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if like the whole lake was like that and you don't hear the
Right. And I'm sure that technology is going to be changing eventually where these motors are going to be I mean, the cars already are. You can go 0-60 in like 3 or less seconds.
That is true.
So anyway.
All right, on to our next hot topic here. A solution to our plastic problems could be flying all around us. Researchers at Texas A&M found a way to turn black soldier flies into bioplastic. The flies are commonly bred for animal feed.
We're using, whatever you want to call this, and create your little bioplastic from it, and it can decompose really easy. In this case, it's weird, though. You feed it back to the flies, and they eat on it.
Is that a little weird, though? I mean, it's kind of like you would never feed, like, a baby to like
a cow, right? And then mad cow disease. I don't know if that'll be the same with this one, but anyway, if we get more products like this, cut down on actual plastic.
That would. You're riled up about this one.
It's good. Most cities are known as urban heat islands. This is because streets, sidewalks.
Welcome back to Pattern. We haven't gotten rid of summer yet. From the northeast to the south, we are still dealing with brutal temperatures across the U.S.
Get out of here. A way to lower their temperatures and protect roads from cracking at the same time. It's called cool pavement technology. We've got Angela Johnson, managing engineer for Austin's Transportation and Public Works Department, joining us now. We really thank you for calling in and talking to us about this. I think it's a fascinating idea. Okay, so how does this thing work? So it helps bounce off the heat in some way to keep the pavement a little cooler, but then it also helps from cracking?
Hi, everyone.
1 minute left here. So real quick, why is this only on less than a mile of the road now? Are you going to expand it?
Just to clarify,
That's really cool.
I mean, we know other cities are trying to do this as well, so this is going to be great to see how much you guys expand in the city. Angela Johnson, thank you so much for your time. That's the managing engineer for Austin Transportation and Public Works. Again, one of those other places I was doing, like Phoenix was starting to work on it. The question is, how bright is it?
Right, so you don't get too much reflectivity. This didn't seem too bright, though, and hopefully it will help with the urban heat island effect because she was saying it doesn't absorb as much, and so it's not going to radiate as much into the evening hours. Well, for more stories like this, check out Pattern. Well, coming up next, there is a threat to our favorite wildlife, and it's right in our backyards. Why some of the plants and
animals... a ball of moss is anything worth looking at, but you're about to think again.
I've been waiting for this story literally the entire hour. Pattern climate science producer Allie Van Fleet shows us why you won't want to take your eyes off of these little guys. That was super cool. instead of pet rocks now, you can just have a pet moss, and it can
Yeah.
like crawl over its
That's right.
little, aquarium.
You know,
if
some
will.
areas, especially like the Northwest, you can like decorate your whole backyard with moss because it rains so dang much. It's
Yeah,
always so cool.
you don't have to do
It's really
anything.
cool.
You know what I feel like this would definitely be something that they would enjoy? Felicia Combs.
She's out there just like,
I'm
oh,
like-
guys, we got a half an inch and moved a half an inch.
I feel like you'd love to have a family of moss.
I guarantee you I would kill the moss. I guarantee you, based
Really?
on my my
Your
plant.
green thumb.
My brown thumb or whatever.
Lack of green
Yeah.
thumb.
Guarantee the moss would not only never move, it would also die. But what
have
can
faith in you.
What can you do? Sometimes you got to know your strengths. For a lot of these northeastern cities, this is heat like we haven't seen in a really
It's
long
hot
time.
heat. It's just like wet rain.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why people don't
See
get
all the
that.
time.
Wet rain, hot heat.
Wet. Why?
Felicia, thanks.
Here's what's coming up tomorrow on Pattern. Remote workers, your virtual